comedy clubs. I don't like going to nightclubs. Wanna know why? Why, Adam? Because chicks are always hitting on me. And I'm just trying to dance with my buddies, right? In a tight circle, grind up and down on my dude friends. Slowly, methodically. I don't know, evidently I'm holding an orb too while I do it. Put all of our wallets in the middle and just dance, just. Head up to the bar, wear a tight muscle tee to attract the ladies. Maybe show off a tricep. Maybe just one glute. As not to be too much of a sleut. Meet a fine girl, have her buy me 4 drinks. Right when she goes in for the kill, I'll say something like, "It's dude's night out." And saunter. I will not be treated like a piece of meat. That was a cape. I didn't clock her in the head. That'd be weird. It's dude's night. Don't fuck with me and my bros. We're just trying to dance.
I'm really happy for Obama. I'm happy he's not dealing with this country anymore. I think it's good for him. You know, we could get upset with him over anything, and it just was absurd at a certain point. I remember one of my friends, she was telling me that Obama had a plan to forgive student loans. And what I should have said was, now, I'm not sure he can do that given the certain circumstances, and I don't think it's possible. But what I said instead was, man, niggas just be saying shit. We ain't doing that. It's not happening. He didn't deserve that. You know who I think the first person was to say niggas just be saying shit? Harriet Tubman. Hear me out. So we took our African American studies courses, right? This is not a black audience, so in order for, did you guys see 13th? Yeah. All right, here we go. They actually don't talk about Harriet Tubman in 13th. Anyway, but yeah. So Harriet Tubman was the inventor, if you will, of the Underground Railroad. Super tight, you know? But the Underground Railroad sounds fun in theory. It sounds cool in theory, but, you know, it's some crazy shit. You got a bunch of people traveling through this underground, like, wormhole shit, trying to get through. It's branches and shit. And I'm pretty sure people were just acting up, acting crazy. Harriet, it's a bug on me. Man, shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to do something right now. I'm trying to get somewhere. Shut up. We're getting there. Harriet, it's hot. Shut up. You came from Africa. You don't know hot. Get on. Come on, let's go. Get in the thing. Get in there. Let's do it. And what I think was, there was one hating-ass nigga back at the plantation who thought he came up with the Underground Railroad first, you know what I mean? So he started a rumor, though, that he had sex with Harriet. And then some other girl went to the front of the railroad and was like, Harriet, I heard that you and Cletus was knocking boots back at the plantation. To which Harriet had to respond with, man, niggas just be saying shit, let's go get this freedom.
You know what I hate about Asian parents? They're so honest. Like, they have no filter. They have no editing system. Whatever they think, they say. This is my dad. Good morning, Dad. You look ugly today. You look horrible. Don't go outside. You are ugly. You made me, motherfucker. When I was in high school, I used to bring girls into my house, right? I would introduce them to my dad. My dad would tell them stories about me, like secrets. Like dark shit. Hey, Dad, this is Stephanie. When Bobby was a little kid, he ate the dog poop in the front lawn. I said, hey, don't eat that. He said, I only had 1 piece. Nice to meet you, you know. He still does it today. Hey, Dad, this is Cindy. When we lived in Minnesota, Bobby was molested by a retarded guy. How did he get molested by a retard? I don't know. Yes, I was molested. Do you know why? I love candy.
You know, one of my biggest fears in stand-up is that sometimes that the audience doesn't know that I like doing this or that I'm actually really having a lot of fun. And I think it's because I've had so much work done on my face that I honestly feel my facial expressions don't meet up with how I feel. I'm serious. Like, how old do you think I am? I'll fucking tell you. Most people don't talk about it in Hollywood. I'm 59. I'm 59. Check my MySpace page. You can't lie on there. Unless you're a hacker, but I'm not. I'm on there for networking and serious relationships. Okay, please don't cyber block me. I had my lips done. A lot of people are like, oh, they look really voluptuous. Thank you. I don't know if you're familiar with the procedure, but a lot of times they'll take some from your back section and inject it into your lips. I don't have a lot back there. So I was forced to use my fat. Because I've always been told I have a fat. That's why I wear black condoms, because they're slimming. That's a joke. I don't wear condoms. Come on now. I don't. It's against my religion. And what's your chest for? Well, that's two good examples.
Long distance relationship, those don't work out, right? You don't see the person all the time. And we fought a lot, stupid stuff. What's that, ladies? Sorry. Are you laughing that I'm single now and lonely? I know, I get it. I appreciate that. No, what was the chuckling about?
She can talk about long distance.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or she could shut up and let me continue my set. Yeah. So we've got two options. We've got two options tonight. But at least we know like what our, it's always good to have options. Yeah. What happened? What about it was?
No, I'm doing fine.
You're doing fine. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I really bought that. Yeah. No, I'm fine right now. Everything's good. It's great. I didn't bring it up out of nowhere because I'm crazy. Yeah. It's tough. You can get through it though, right? Skype maybe. Yeah, Skype is great, but guess what? Skype's not even as good as the real thing. That's a problem. Like my girlfriend and I, we do it. She'd do something really hot, like hold her boobs together for 5 minutes. Yeah, it turns out the computer just froze. I'm still jerking off because I miss her. I don't miss a few things, all right, little things. Always trying to cover up your fart in front of the ladies. That's nerve-wracking. You know what I'm talking about, buddy. You're doing it right now. Look at that tense look on your face. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you still try to cover them up, or you just let them fly at this point? No, you're comfortable. You just take it or leave it, bitch. Just, yeah. Early on, though, man, fellas, that's a moment, because you don't know how she's going to react to what's coming out of you. So all fellas, we try to prolong that moment for as long as possible, right? Every dude in here at some point has tried to cover up a fart by timing it with a cough. Right? First of all, it's a lot to ask out of your cough, fellas. All right? To cover up the sound and the smell at the same time. And your fart knows you're up to something. It always hangs back for a few extra seconds. Just to screw with your timing, right? You feel it coming on, you get all cocky, you're like, yeah, I got this. Shit, what the fuck, man? I thought we were on the same team. I don't know why you're bailing on me. We're in this together, man. But ladies, you guys can't cover them up because you don't know when they're coming, right? They usually catch you off guard. Usually start crying. It's very traumatic. Guys, we plan our weeks around them, right? We can feel them brewing for years. I gotta do my laundry on Wednesday, cover up that fart on Friday. My ex tried to cover up a fart once. It was the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. First of all, your farts, half the time, they don't even sound like them. That's why you get away with it. That's why nobody thinks you do it. It's just they don't even sound like they're just the sweetest little, most innocent, adorable noises. Just. How can you get angry at that? What, did a hot air balloon just take off? But anyway, so here's how she tries to cover it up. It was the most impressive move I've ever seen by a human being. It couldn't have been anybody else. Just her and I sitting there watching TV, and she farts, and here's how she tries to cover it up. She's literally just ready. Hello? 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 Is somebody at the... Hello? I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we installed that fucking fart doorbell a couple weeks ago. How could I forget? The pitch at Home Depot was so impressive. You're really gonna like it, man. It sounds like a fart and everything. Yeah, it's really great. Yeah, you press it and it goes, and it's like you know what a fart sounds like. She's like, oh my God, did you hear that? I was like, no, I heard it. It's just coming out of a different direction than you're looking in.
I did a movie called Girls Trip. It's coming out July 21st. It's starring Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Regina Hall, and me, Tiffany Haddish. And I'm super excited about the movie because it shows like sisterhood and how women can get together and have a good time and enjoy each other. And we might have our ups and downs, but we always got each other back, especially if a man try to fuck some shit up. And it was a fun movie to make. We shot it in Louisiana. We were in New Orleans for like 3 months, and I got to be around these rich, powerful women. And I was still on EBT at the time, so I felt like maybe I don't belong here, but they had hired me, and I was like, fuck it. And I think it's because I had checked that I was a white woman, and they needed a white woman for the role, and I ended up getting it. And so affirmative action worked for me. And I had I'm a firm believer in never having a bag that costs more than the amount of money that you can keep in it at all times. Does that make sense to y'all? Like, if I got a $300 bag, I should be able to keep $300 in it at all times. And I had me a Michael Kors bag that I had got from the Sloss and Swap meet that was $35. So it wasn't a real Michael Kors bag. It had MKs all over it, but you had to look real close and you could see the L in between the M and the K. But you had to look to see it. And I was out there chilling with Jada and Queen Latifah, and it was really hot. We was in Louisiana, and it was like 79 degrees at like 6 in the morning, and then we was sitting out there talking, and it had went from 79 to like 1,000 degrees, went to like 100 and something in like 30 minutes, right? Because it's New Orleans. I think that's where the devil had landed when he got kicked out of heaven. He landed right there in New Orleans. And so that's why it was so hot. And the lock on my Michael Kors bag had melted off. And it hit the ground, and we could hear it hit. It was like ting, 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 ting. And we all watched it bounce away. And I was embarrassed, but I would refuse to show my embarrassment. And I just stood there like this, right? And was like, yeah, that's crazy. And they was like looking at me, and I was looking at them, and we looked at the lock, and they looked back at me, and I was like, And Jada was like, Jada Pinkett Smith, okay, Will Smith's wife was like, Tiffany, what kind of bag is that? I was like, this? Girl, this is a Martin Luther King bag.